Before you scroll away, stay with me until the very end of this story, because what begins with a single sentence spoken by a child on a cold sidewalk becomes a moment that changes many lives forever. And if stories about hope, second chances, and unexpected love touch your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because stories like this deserve to be shared. The little girl's voice was small, almost lost beneath the noise of the city, but her words landed like a quiet thunderclap. "You need a home," she said softly, looking up at the woman sitting on a piece of cardboard near the bus stop, "and I need a mommy." The woman froze, her hands wrapped around a cracked paper cup, unsure if she had heard correctly. People passed by as they always did, eyes forward, lives busy, hearts guarded. But in that moment, the world narrowed to just the two of them, one with nothing left to lose, and one who didn't yet understand what it meant to lose anything at all. The woman's name was Mara. Once, long ago, she had been someone else entirely, someone with a small apartment, a job at a diner, and dreams that felt simple and reachable. Life hadn't shattered all at once. It chipped away at her slowly. Her mother died, then her job disappeared when the diner closed. Bills piled up, grief turned into numbness, numbness into mistakes. A bad relationship followed, then another. Eventually, the couch surfing favors ran out, and the streets became her address. She learned how to become invisible, how to shrink herself so the world wouldn't notice how far she'd fallen. The little girl was named Lily. She was 6 years old, with uneven pigtails and a coat that was always buttoned wrong. She had a habit of asking questions that made adults uncomfortable, because no one had taught her yet that some truths were supposed to stay quiet. Lily lived with her father in a small apartment not far from that bus stop. Her mother had died when Lily was very young, leaving behind a silence that no one in the home knew how to fill. Her father tried, he really did, but grief made him tired in ways sleep couldn't fix. Lily felt the absence every day, like a missing step on a staircase she climbed over and over. That afternoon, Lily had slipped her small hand out of her father's grasp as they waited for the bus. She wasn't running away, she was walking toward something. Toward Mara, toward the woman everyone else avoided. Lily didn't see dirt or worn clothes or tired eyes. She saw loneliness, and somehow, she recognized it, because loneliness had a shape she knew well. Mara tried to laugh off the girl's words, but the sound broke halfway out of her throat. "Sweetheart," she said gently, "you don't want someone like me." Lily frowned, as if Mara had said something very silly. "Yes I do," she replied. "You look like you need someone to care about you. My daddy says everyone needs that." Her father hurried over, apologizing profusely, embarrassment flushing his face. He pulled Lily back, promising they'd talk about it later. Mara nodded, already retreating behind the familiar wall of rejection. She'd heard kinder lies and crueler truths. She expected this moment to fade like all the others. But Lily didn't stop turning around to look at her as they boarded the bus, her small face pressed to the window, waving like she was saying goodbye to someone she already loved. That night, Mara couldn't sleep. The cardboard felt thinner than usual, the cold sharper. Lily's words replayed in her mind, again and again. "You need a home, and I need a mommy." No one had needed her in a long time. The idea terrified her more than hunger ever had. Days passed, then weeks, and somehow, Lily and her father began taking that bus more often. Or maybe Mara just noticed them more. Lily would wave, sometimes slipping a granola bar or a juice box into Mara's hands. Her father would nod politely, cautious but kind. They began to talk. Small things at first, names, weather, the city, eventually, heavier things, loss, exhaustion, fear. Mara never asked for anything. She didn't trust hope, but Lily offered it freely, like a gift she didn't know was rare. One afternoon, Lily sat beside Mara on the curb, swinging her legs. "You know," she said, "you could come live with us. We have a couch." Her father gently corrected her, but the idea didn't disappear. It lodged itself in all three of their hearts. The real challenge came when the city grew colder, and Mara grew sick. A cough turned into fever, and the streets became dangerous. Lily's father, Daniel, made a decision that scared him more than being alone ever had. He invited Mara to stay for one night. Just one. For warmth, for safety, for humanity. One night became two. Two became a week. Boundaries were set. Trust was tested. Mara struggled with shame, with feeling like a burden. Daniel struggled with fear, fear of attachment, fear of loss, fear of explaining this to a world that judged quickly. Lily struggled with nothing at all. She was simply happy. Mara began to heal, slowly. A shower, clean clothes, a job application, then another. Daniel watched her fight to reclaim herself, not for charity, not for pity, but because someone finally believed she could. Lily started calling her Miss Mara, at first, then sometimes, accidentally, Mom, before clapping her hands over her mouth in shock. Mara would smile and cry in equal measure. The biggest challenge wasn't money or paperwork or judgment from others. It was the fear that this was all temporary. That happiness, like everything else, would be taken away. But love, when it's real, doesn't promise permanence, it promises presence. And they chose each other every day. Years later, people would ask how it all began. Mara would smile and say it started with a little girl who saw her when no one else did. Lily would say it started when she found her mommy on the street. And Daniel would say it started when he learned that families aren't always found the way you expect. So if you're still watching, remember this: sometimes the smallest voices carry the biggest truths. Sometimes the people we're taught to overlook are the ones who change us most. And sometimes, all it takes to change everything is one brave heart willing to say, "You need a home, and I need a mommy."